With the introduction of the Spooky Festival in Hypixel Skyblock, the Magic Find potion was introduced. The Magic Find 4 potion made it much easier to obtain many of the rare jobs. From Lapis armor to overfluxes, everybody in Skyblock uses Magic Find to get their chances of getting rare jobs higher. But for a few specific cases, it is actually not good to use Magic Find, and I'll explain why. But before the video starts, please consider subscribing if you do end up enjoying this video or enjoy any of my other videos. Also, you want to subscribe so you can be under 15k gang, and join the server to get your custom roles stating that you're in the under 15k gang. And back to the video. Before I go into what makes Magic Find bad, I want to preface this with a disclaimer, because Magic Find is still a very good potion effect, and in many ways it is still extremely good for most players, but in some certain areas of the game it can actually be bad. So the main situation that this is bad in is when grinding for certain pets. So when grinding for the specific pet, like maybe the Enderman pet, this can be bad for the following reason. You can see when you're grinding the 9k Enderman that you actually have the chance of getting an enchanted Ender Pearl. This, in combination with the fact that you can get different pieces of Ender armor, means that Magic Find will in turn prioritize you to getting other jobs like enchanted Ender Pearl and an Ender armor instead of actually for the pet. This overall puts you at a disadvantage for getting the pet, because you will start getting more jobs that are enchanted Ender Pearls and Ender armor instead of actually getting more pet jobs. But how could you prioritize that you get pet jobs over other jobs? This is where Pet Luck 4 comes in. By using Pet Luck 4 without Magic Find, it will mean that you'll be prioritizing that you get pets over regular rare jobs. This will mean that even though you're getting less rare jobs in general than if you're using Magic Find, you will be getting more of these jobs being pet jobs, which in turn will make it so you get more chances of getting a rare pet. Many different players have tested out this theory, and almost every one of them who has came to the conclusion that without Magic Find and only Pet Luck, they got many more pets than they usually get. But remember, this only applies to mobs that can drop other items other than a pet. For example, this wouldn't apply for the ghoul pet, because the ghoul pet drops from crypt ghouls, and crypt ghouls can only have one rare job, being the ghoul pet. But there are also some other instances where using Pet Luck and not Magic Find can actually be beneficial. One of these instances is when you're going for the Baby Yeti pet. Out of all the jobs you can get from the Yeti, the best job is by far the Baby Yeti pet, as the other jobs don't sell nearly as much as the even epic Baby Yeti pet. Keep in mind that this is only good if you're going strictly for the Baby Yeti pet, as some of the other pets that you can get from other mobs such as the Sea Emperor, like the Flying Fish, doesn't actually sell for as much as something like the Shredder or any of the other jobs you can get from it. Another time that it can be good is when doing golems. Pet Luck will most likely be good for this by itself when you're looking for quick cash, because the golem pet is actually quite rare, but nowhere as rare as a tier boost core. But in the long run, if you really want to maximize your revenue, you're probably going to want to use Magic Find, because if you do enough of them, you'll eventually get the tier boost core, and if you do enough without it, you'll probably not get enough golem pets to equal out to a tier boost core. If this video did end up helping you at all, please consider subscribing. And if this video did help you at all, or you learned something new, please consider subscribing to help support the channel. And if you want to support even more, clicking the join button is extremely appreciated. Goodbye.